7 Austin News at 5.
The fight over immigration went before the Supreme Court today. The 9 justices heard arguments about whether a citizenship question can be added to the 2020 census. That is what the Trump administration is asking for. Here to talk about this is Travis County GOP Chairman Matt Mackowiak and Tara Pohlmeyer from Progress, Texas. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Tara, what is the argument against adding the citizenship question?
This argument isn't about just a line on the census. This is really about whether or not every single person in Texas and in the country should be counted. The census is supposed to count everyone living in the country, and this includes provisions for guaranteeing that everyone has representation, guaranteeing that we get our fair share of federal funding, and helping businesses make decisions in the future. The citizenship question right now has the impact of intimidating immigrants and taking a toll on hardworking families in Texas that make our economy so great. We need to make sure that these immigrants that are part of our communities are counted in this census.
Is asking the census question regarding immigration worth the risk of people not being counted?
Well, I think it's important to understand how many legal citizens are living in a particular area. Illegal immigrants should not be receiving government benefits, and they shouldn't be counting illegal immigrants because they're taking away benefits that should go to legal citizens. And what I mean by that is in a congressional district you have about 800,000 people. And so if there are 50,000 illegal immigrants in a particular district, then that district's only going to have 750,000 legal citizens that are going to be counted and getting the benefits, because illegal immigrants should not be receiving government benefits. I don't think that's a controversial statement. So some version of this question has been on the census going back to 1820. It's possible that it's more specific this time. I certainly hope that people aren't fearful. They have a reason to be fearful. They should give accurate answers. We want the most accurate count possible. But this is about citizens, not necessarily about illegal immigrants. And I think for most people, I think they don't understand why this is so controversial.
Tara, judges have ruled the question is unconstitutional, but it was on the census form back in 1950. What has changed?
I think a lot of things have changed since 1950. There are a lot of things that we no longer practice as a nation and that we shouldn't have been practicing then either. Really what recently in 2016, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said that representatives should represent everyone in their districts, not just eligible voters. And I think that really plays a part in here, is that these representatives, these dollars, these business decisions that are based on this census affect us for the next decade, affect the future of Texas as a whole. If this question is on the census, we have the problem of not getting an accurate count, and that will affect the future of Texas.
Matt, if adding the citizen question inaccurate population counts, then what's the argument for keeping it in or putting it in?
Yeah, again, I mean, the argument is that the census is done not just to study population and trends and make sure that congressional districts are the same size in terms of population, but it's also done in terms of tax dollars going to congressional districts. It affects formulas for Congress and for the federal government. So again, I mean, the argument is actually fairly simple. Illegal immigrants should not be receiving government benefits. There really is no, is there really an argument about that? And so if you agree that illegal immigrants should not be receiving government benefits, then they shouldn't be counted the way citizens are as it relates to the census. So I think you're going to see a 5-4 ruling by the conservative majority upholding the way the Commerce Department is configuring the census this year, but we'll see. It'll be in a few months probably we'll get the ruling, but I really think that they're on strong ground here, and again, this is about citizens versus legal immigrants as it relates to the count.
Okay. Matt, Tara, thank you both for sharing your perspectives with us tonight.
Thanks.
A cloudy and sometimes rainy day in Central Texas.